Hi, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Kimberly Knox, and you are in the kitchen with KK. We are well into November. The fall is my favorite time. A lot of people select the fall as their favorite time of the year. And for centuries, it was a time of harvest. We were reaping the rewards of all the delicious foods that we planted during the spring and nurtured during the summer. So it really was a time to really get into eating and filling up the body with nourishment, right? So fall is all about that. And we're going to be celebrating several things because November is the national month, national vegan month. It's national spinach and squash month. It's national sweet potato month. All these yummy things, right? What else? We're going to be dipping into some of the other ones. But today, what we're going to be making is one of my absolute favorite, very nourishing and satisfying meals, perfect for vegan sweet potatoes and getting a plant rich. We're using black beans. So it's a black bean sweet potato cilantro skillet. Super easy to make. And it is a perfect meal prep meal. It goes really great in a glass container, which you can actually freeze if you make more. This is a perfect meal when you are carb cycling. These are nature's carbs. These carbs give you antioxidants and stable glucose, especially with the beans. So we'll get into that. Very simple ingredients, though. We're going to have a garnet. I like the garnet sweet potatoes mixed in with the purple sweet potatoes. So we're going to be peeling these. I'm just going to peel one of each because I don't need a big recipe. So you just gauge the recipe based on how many you're feeding. And I had a friend who was flying all day. She got into the airport super late at night. This recipe is fantastic for women. We need to feed our progesterone needs, especially if you're in the last 2 weeks of your cycle. You need nature's carbs, not refined carbs. Those carbs are non-essential. All of the breads, the crackers, the pastas, the cookies, the cakes, what else? The rice, these things that are refined carbs. Unfortunately, these things are kind of quick grabs. So in our lifestyle now where we complain that we don't have time, we need to make time, but we need to also understand that refined carbs nature's carbs are where the nutrients lie. So fats, fiber, and protein. And the fiber, which feeds your gut microbiome, that comes in the vegetable form, many different types. So obviously, depending on if you are a type 2 diabetic, if you have high blood sugar, when I cook with a client, we're looking at what their dietary needs are, how big you are, what your goals are. But beans, they have been proven to be great for everyone. If you've got gut issues, that's a whole nother thing. I work with my clients on that. But I'm going to be peeling up these. We're going to have onion. You can use a sweet or a yellow onion. It's okay. We'll get that cut up. A generous amount of garlic, fresh. I love to keep my herbs in jars. A fresh and generous amount of cilantro is going to go in there. And you can also make a cilantro avocado sauce. It can also be turned into a dressing to go with this. It's perfect to drizzle over the top. And we're going to be putting in some spinach, wilted spinach. This recipe is just so fantastic. I do recommend that it's eaten during midday, and that would be between 11 and 3. That way you're going to be able to utilize that energy. Excess energy gets stored as fat, as we know. And if we're utilizing it, then it's not getting stored as fat or glycogen stores. And if you're working out first thing in the morning, you're going to be able to burn off those glycogen stores. So you're not having issues with high blood sugar. Okay. Very simple skillet. Invest in high quality pans. This is a copper core all-clad pan. The all-clad stainless steel is fantastic. I love it's made in the United States, but the copper core is great. It allows for even cooking surface. And I'm going to be steaming the sweet potatoes. So you want a steamer, a steamer basket. You just fill the water up. The water's already getting warm. It's an easy way to do the sweet potatoes. So thanks for tuning in today. And it's been hard lately for me to get some of the videos done after the hurricanes here and now the holiday season and open houses and requests for clients to be cooking. So I'm taking today to do several videos for the month of November. My favorite things, also cinnamon is National Cinnamon Month and Gingerbread Man. So right, we are in Christmas season already. We're in holiday season. So let me pause. I'm going to get these sweet potatoes peeled, and I'm going to show you kind of easy way to cut them and get everything going here. So we'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, look at these beautiful colors. That's what this recipe is about. So the purple sweet potato, a little bit different composition. It's the complexity of the fiber that makes this more of an inulin fiber. So it is, and all fiber help the glucose be slowly going into your bloodstream, because that's what we want, the fats, fiber, and protein, to keep that gentle, little consistent blood glucose level, no spikes. That's what wheat bread does. That's what all conventional refined carbs do. That's what cereal does. That's what pasta and rice and most rice, so white rice and potatoes more so, because they're a little bit more high on the sugar side, but definitely the breads, the crackers, all of these carbs. So when you're not eating a real meal, you start to crave and you grab for something, and that just gets you on this roller coaster of up and down spikes, creating blood sugar problems and insulin resistance after a while. So what I like to do is, for this recipe, I like to cut them in slices and then cut the slices in half. So, and you're going to see when you do a purple sweet potato, you can see and feel that it's different. It's thicker. Inulin fiber means it feeds your gut microbiome a little bit longer. It doesn't break down as much in the small intestine. It takes a while for it to break down to feed. In fact, the stomach only breaks down proteins. So that's where the digestion primarily for protein starts. That's why you need very high blood sugar. So what you can do, get a very thin, sharp knife. This is a must when you are eating real food. And trust me, the big one, you get more space to cut with, but if you want to start, Santoku knives here and get yourself and spend the money on a good knife. That way you feel fantastic. Now, thickness about this far. So just cut this through them. And then what I do is I stack them up, not too tall, so that they fall. And then just cut those in half. And that way your production goes pretty quickly. Make sure you have your cute little prep bowls. These are so inexpensive, great. They stack up amazing. You need prep bowls. You need stainless steel prep bowls. They're the best, the cleanest, the easiest, and the lightest weight here. So let's get some more slices done. And then we are going to steam these. When you cut them all about the same size, then it's going to cook evenly. But you don't want little chunks that you're going to eat, and you don't want big ones. So I found that cutting them in half is preferable for this recipe. So we'll do the same thing with the garnet. Now, if the sweet potatoes are really thick, I cut it in half first. You always lay everything on the flat side. That way your stuff doesn't move when you're cutting it. And if you want to cut through both of them, that's the genius of having a larger knife, and you get more done here. Now, if it's this big, you might want to cut it into quarters. So you just have to use your judgment. And when we steam the sweet potatoes, I always put the purple in the bottom so the purple doesn't leach onto the orange in the top. So this pan is heating, and we're going to be putting the onions in there, the skillet. So you can roast these if you want, but for this recipe, it's just much easier to steam them. Doesn't take long at all. These are all done. And you know, the skin of the sweet potato, the nutrients is where that all lies. But this is not from my garden, and I don't feel like scrubbing all of the sweet potatoes, and so it's just nicer to take it off. But don't worry if you have a little bit of skin left. It's nothing it's going to hurt. So here, quickly. So I've cut these, the garnet ones, into quarters because they're bigger slices. So these are ready now to go into the steamer basket. Let's just check. You bring it to a boil. So you just fill the water up to the bottom line of the steamer basket. We're going to put the purple in first, the garnet on top. We're going to check them after 15 minutes from steaming. They just need to be fork tender. You don't want them to be too mushy because you want them to be a little bit substance here. So the next thing we're going to be putting in here is I'm going to be using avocado oil. Now the onion for this is the way I've found that I like to cut it. You can chop onions for a soup and for other recipes, but I like to cut a medium onion in half, and then I like to make little slices, and that's because this is going to be a visual kind of thing, and this is kind of similar to the way I will put red onions into a salad. So now I'm just cutting really thin. Just the art of cutting, focusing, listening to music is so calming on the body. Now you're already smelling food that is also perfect for the body, for your digestive system. So you see, you do your body so much good when you save time a couple days a week to have some very calming meal prep. Don't forget to get your board scraper. Under $10. And it is so necessary. Keeps your board nice and clean. And it allows you to scoop up your contents that you just chopped up without using or being tempted to use the edge of the knife, which I've done too before. And then the garlic, I like a lot of garlic. Just me. So now in the fall, garlic is an optimal time to get garlic, and it's an immune boosting herb. God made herbs for the service of man, right? Herbs can help to fortify the body. It's been used for thousands and thousands of years. Garlic is a natural blood thinner, natural antibiotic, natural bacteria killer. It also has L-cysteine. That's a precursor to the production of glutathione. In your liver, we need garlic. So raw garlic, I actually chop it up and I put it in a glass jar in the refrigerator with some red onion. I don't just let it sit there, lots of it. I use it. I take a spoonful of it in the morning with my lemon water, especially in the fall, or if I feel our immune system is always working for us. It's monitoring everything that comes into us. The lymphocytes or your frontline defense, white blood cells are always monitoring if there are pathogens. Another reason that you want super high stomach acid, by the way, it kills pathogens that come through the food or into your mouth. You want super high stomach acid. So if you have a very acidic stomach, we'll say hallelujah. I actually take HCl with pepsin. Generally, O blood types are going to have more acid in their body. That's why they tend to break down meat better. Meat gets digested in the stomach, and acid helps to pull out those nutrients, including iron and the B vitamins. So if you are not digesting your meat properly, does not matter if you're eating it. Protein cannot be absorbed unless it is properly broken down. So for me, an A blood type, I like some of the plant-based protein. Occasionally, I'll know if my body wants some animal-based, but the majority of the healthiest cities in the world and the blue zones do not eat meat all day long. So they break it up. Okay, so you need some plant sources. A reason to get plant-rich food is for the antioxidants, okay, and the cruciferous and etc. So let's get some avocado oil. I'm out. Had to go into my stash here. So when the oils are on sale at Whole Foods or wherever else you're getting them, stock up on them because then you're taking advantage. I only buy 3 oils for my primary cooking, and that will be the avocado oil to heat, coconut oil to heat, and then high quality first cold press extra virgin olive oil, single source to make my dressings with or to drizzle over. I only saute with olive oil. I do not heat or roast it. I do not want it to oxidize. So this is a higher heat oil, perfect. I'm preferring to use avocado in this. It's blending with the recipe. I actually like to do my chicken tenders when I'm doing chicken strips for people in coconut oil. It's perfect. So these are going to sizzle nice. You know how nice the kitchen smells when the onions are cooking. So you want to get these a little translucent, get the flavors going. And we're going to use a typical rubber spatula. And that one that I liked. You're going to love this one. Life is a witch. I got this at Halloween. Super cute. I think it was at the Fresh Market. So we're going to let those get fragrant, let them cook down a little bit of the moisture to come out, and a little translucent that we're going to add in the garlic. Then we're going to get into black beans. So we want to, black beans. So much is fantastic about black beans. Just a half a cup of black beans. And they've done so many tests on people that have lost weight, feel better, get their blood sugars down, improve heart disease. Heart disease starts with the liver and your metabolic health as well. You're getting just a half cup, 8 grams of protein, 15 grams of fiber. So in a whole cup, you're getting a decent amount. And your colon at this time in the fall is one of the organs of the fall. You need to feed it, and you need to help the eliminations stay vibrant. Antioxidants in here. And, you know, when you look at a label or you look at nutrition facts, you're looking at the fats, fiber, and protein potentially. But you are not often getting the information on antioxidants. So yes, quercetin and also another polyphenol that's really good for tumor control, minerals, vitamins and minerals. So now, most people are low in minerals. That's why when you start doing a green smoothie and getting more greens in your body, some raw, and I'm not all for raw diets. You need some cooked food, but you're getting your minerals. So most people are low in minerals, especially essential ones, potassium and magnesium. Without magnesium, you cannot do over 300 enzymatic functions that you need. Potassium works with sodium. Most people's diet have a lot of sodium coming in from processed foods, from restaurants, pushes potassium out. One of the major reasons for heart arrhythmias, we need the potassium for relaxing and keeping that blood pressure down. So magnesium, potassium, very important. We're going to get that in our food. Greens are good for that. So are beans and also our vitamins. The vitamins that are required for the liver to perfect its metabolic process in the third step of the phase of converting fat-soluble toxins, which we're inundated with today, into water-soluble. We need B6, B9. B9 is folate. So, but that fiber, you hear fiber. Why does fiber help you to lose weight? Well, it helps you to feel full, helps you to feel satiated. It also helps to grab onto things that need to leave the body. These are all important things. There's only one brand that I buy. I don't take time to soak my beans. If I had a huge family and I needed more, potentially I would. Now, you can use more beans or less beans. I'm going to rinse these, but Edam brand are pressure cooked. Dr. Robert Gundry, who's the guru on lectins, he endorses the Edam brand. They're also no salt is added. They're cooked in seaweed. So this is a safe brand for you to invest in. Stop cheaping out on your groceries. You're worth a few cents more. So Get these when they're on sale. Honestly, I don't even look at the other brands. They're not expensive. We're talking about quality here. So give them a rinse. So you know, as you've heard me speak before, that all of the water in my unit, my home, is filtered. So that's the problem with not having a sink. At least your tap and your shower need to be filtered. Reverse osmosis for drinking, but you can also get that at Whole Foods in the water thingies they have there, 50 cents a gallon, and then keep it in glass containers. So this looks great. We're going to be adding in the garlic now. A nice amount of garlic. Push this around. Very fragrant. And just let this get, just give it a couple minutes here. You don't even need a recipe for this recipe. You can just intuitively cook from what I'm showing you here. I will give you a guideline, but you really don't need it. Let me just tap this up a tiny bit here. It's trying to get in the board. I'm just cutting off the top of my head. So, so this is great here. And we're just going to add the beans in and then let these saute and cook. Let the flavors of the onion and the garlic mix in with the beans. Then we're going to add in and wilt the spinach while the sweet potato is finishing up. And then you mix everything together and top with fresh cilantro. That's how quick this recipe is. And it makes the most easy and incredible thing. I'll show you the meal prep containers that you can utilize. So now we've knocked off the list from from some of the national things that you celebrate during the month of November, and also harvest food. Purple sweet potatoes are so fantastic. I really get interest you to try them. I make dips out of them. You can mix the sweet potato with what did I mix it with? No, I can't remember. But you can make different dips with it. Maybe I mix it with beets. Beets and purple sweet potato. You can make a dip for crackers, you know, different events. I only make dips and stuff like that if I've got an event or open house to do, because primarily I'm eating real food. I'm not snacking. When you eat a real meal, you're not hungry. And if you eat fats, fiber, and protein, your body's going to be satiated for hours. Even my $1 million chocolate cake, because of what is in it, it will satiate you for 4 hours. No refined carbs, good fats, fiber, and even protein. So we will be right back. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're enjoying my videos, please give me a thumbs up. Share them with anyone that you think would love to be inspired, just to know about the nutrient quality of food, but making simple, delicious recipes. So I just checked the sweet potatoes, and they weren't boiling quite enough. So I set the timer for 10 more minutes. But in the meantime, when you are sauteing up the black beans, onion, and the garlic, some of the oil, because the cover's not on, it might get a little dry. Just add a little bit of vegetable broth. This bona fide is a nice clean one. No natural flavors, no added sugar, no canola oil, no citric acid, no other yucky stuff. You want very clean broth. That is a problem where broths can add in extra inflammatory ingredients and also additives, preservatives, and even MSG, which is very damaging to your prefrontal cortex. So we do not want MSG. And one of the issues there, let me get this put away. It's nice to have the drawer right in front of you. All your tools are close by. You don't need to jump all around. So you don't, if you want the ends of the stems here of some of the, now what you can do with the spinach is you can just give it a pile and take your long knife, give it a chop through, That way you'll break up the pieces a little bit here. Maybe it goes a little bit farther. Put it back into the bowl. Great. And you can add it to the mix here. And then we're just going to give this a stir so it can lightly wilt down. We don't want to overcook anything. So this is looking really nice. Hopefully you can see this. Here, got the cord. Oh, the cord is cut, that's why. There we go. So this is gonna look so beautiful with the black, with the purple, with the orange, with the green. It is a gorgeous recipe, and the flavor potential is just amazing. But it gives you so much nourishment because, of course, the sweet potatoes create that comfort. You're mixing in the purple, you're getting all those antioxidants. The liver's going to love you. Then the beans are going to give you really stabilizing energy. So we're going to let this wilt up, and we'll be back when those sweet potatoes are fork tender. Okay, so our sweet potatoes are perfect. Let's get them over here. We're going to dump them in the bowl. So I like the steamer basket from OXO that has the handle. That's going to help you to be able to control things. So let's just dump them into the bowl. I found that's the easiest way. Handle, throw it into a big bowl. Make sure the bowl is big enough to hold everything. We actually probably need a bigger bowl. Let's just sit this back. Turn that off. So let me just show you how these are. So they're firm enough, but they're tender so that you can get a fork through. So I just keep a knife over there, stick the knife in, but you gotta make sure they're boiling. It'll take about between 15 and 20 minutes. So while these are boiling, this is all done. Now, you don't want to overcook the spinach. It will wilt on its own. So this fragrant masterpiece gets dumped over this. I'm just worried that I needed a little bit larger bowl to generously take care of all of this, but I'm going to dump it in. We'll be fine. These copper core pans are really heavy, but they will outlast you. You can leave them to your children, but they're fantastic. So now you're just going to toss this. Oh my God, the flavor that is coming into my nose is outrageous. This is just wonderful. So you notice I have not added the cilantro yet. I want the cilantro not to be wilted, to be fresh. Yeah, so this is just fantastic. So the reason I keep these in jars is so that you're able to, I have a little tray that I put them in, so you're able to use them. You can just trim off what you need, add them to your soups, to your salads in an easy way. They don't get disgusting and all, gooey in a bag. And then you forget you have them. Then you can just trim it like it's a little bonsai tree. So cute. And oh my gosh, amazing. If you hate cilantro, add in fresh parsley. Okay. Some people just have a real aversion to cilantro, but cilantro, natural chelator, and every herb that you eat has such great, strong polyphenols in them. And if you know anything about mercury, we're getting lots of it. It's wreaking havoc on people, from heart disease to breaking down your the endothelial lining for your arteries, for mental disorders, competing with your body's ability to properly lose weight, create an obesogenic effect. So cilantro is a great chelator of that mercury. So look how wonderful this is. So I've added a little bit more black beans. Now that's actually good because it's going to give you a little more fiber and protein mixed with this. Look how gorgeous this is. Oh my God, it's amazing. And this is going to feel so good. But what I do recommend is that you eat this between 11 and 3 when you can utilize that energy. Do not eat a meal that has so much nature's carbs late at night. And I don't recommend eating late at night. I recommend eating very light at night. Unfortunately, the way our social world is set up, people go out to dinner at 8 o'clock. You're eating way too much food. You want to cut it all off 4 hours before you go to sleep, at least 3. But that's when you're really going to help your digestive process and all. So now you can top this with some avocado. Fresh cut avocado would be perfect, or you can blend up that creamy avocado cilantro dressing. It's just made with olive oil, some garlic. You just blend it up in a little blender. But just so super simple. Add this to a bowl, top it with some sliced avocado. So I hope you love this recipe. Perfect vegan, plant rich, and just delicious and vibrant. I'm going to be adding more cilantro to this even. So that's why it's so simple. I lost my on the floor. That's why it's so simple to have them in a jar. You can just cut some off. Makes it so easy to add some fresh leaves to the top here. And now look what we have. Just fantastic. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for tuning in to KK's Big Kitchen and being with me here. Please share what I do. It is my passion to help inspire you to make really nutrient-dense, delicious, healthy food, but then also understand why and how it can help your body. Have a fabulous night.